Hey everybody, welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine, and today we're going to be discussing the Proteas' first game in the T20 World Cup. And I'm going to be using something that we created to try and help us as my companion, to try and bring you the show and this preview. We've designed something very special for all of you out there, for all of our subscribers, our email subscribers. We've created something very special for all of you. So tomorrow morning, just keep a lookout on our social media platforms. Follow us on Facebook and on Instagram, and you will then see the promotion that we are running for our T20 World Cup companion that we've designed. This is an amazing guide for you guys while you are watching the game to keep open on your phone, so that it can be almost like your second screen. So it will give you the opportunity to be able to get access to all the stats of the players, how they performed in specific grounds that they're playing at, some opposition information, etc. um, any single background about the players, what the weather will be like at the venue that they're playing at, the Proteas specifically. This is your Proteas T20 World Cup companion. So please go ahead and support me and go and download that when you do see it available. I'm going to be using it today for me as a companion to help you learn more about Canada, about the Proteas going into this match. What do we expect to see from them? We're also going to be reacting to Aiden Markram's press conference, and I think that that's how we're going to start off the show today, is by getting into his press conference, because it's very important to hear what he has to say about the opposition as we prepare ourselves for this World Cup. This is a big opportunity for South Africa to try and prove their worth in this format, because we came very close in the last T20 World Cup. We made it right to the final only to be beaten by India. It was a heartbreak for all of us because we were 30 or 30 at one stage and we thought that we could have gotten over the line. And in that position, you should be able to get over the line if you are finding yourself in that position in a match. So ultimately, we're going to be doing all of this on today's show. We're going to be previewing the game, and the World Cup has come to us very quickly. It was we just blinked. It was SA20 now that around the corner, and we blink again, and now it's the T20 World Cup. So it's been quite a hectic schedule. We beat obviously West Indies quite comprehensively, but it was in our own conditions, so we can't really read too much into it. But it was good to see that some of the guys that were maybe previously out of form are now in form going into this World Cup, which is very, very important. I think that confidence will really, really get us. But to all of you guys out there that are new to the channel and it's the first time that you are here, please subscribe, click that notification bell for all future videos, please. Very important that you do all of that. I'm going to have to create a new intro because we've been getting copyright strikes on our videos recently because of our intro that we were using. We were told that the music in that for that intro was for commercial use and it was free to use on this channel, but apparently it's not. So we are going to be creating a new intro and we'll bring that to you sometime very soon. If one of you guys want to create the intro for me and send it to me and I can use it here, then by all means do so as well. That will be really appreciated. But we are going to try and make our own one as well. But let's get straight into it. So there won't be any intro video on music for that, for this particular show. We're going straight into the preview. So let's get into it. I'm going to start off with Aiden Markram's press conference and let's have a listen together. I haven't listened to it yet either because I like to react live to it with you guys on the show. So let's get into it and hear what he has to say. And then we can get into some information about the game, about the match that we need to know about this game. And I'm going to be using the Proteas T20 World Cup companion that we could design and created to help us on that journey. So let's get into this first and foremost and hear what Aiden Markram, the Proteas captain, has had to say about this game.
What do you know about Canada's cricket?
What do I know about?
Canada's cricket team.
Did a bit of homework yesterday, so got a decent idea now. Obviously, coming to the World Cup, didn't know too much, but important to do that homework and research on their players, strengths, weaknesses, all those sorts of things, and yeah, definitely got a much better understanding now.
I'm quite shocked that he only did some research yesterday. That's shocked me a little bit, but Research is research, I guess.
And are you looking for an emphatic performance, a big win if you can get it, or is it just about getting over the line?
Yeah, you don't want to jinx anything. At the start of this comp already, we've seen some close games, and it doesn't look like there's going to be any straightforward, easy games. But I have faith in our team that if we put a really good game of cricket together, then we give ourselves a good chance at a good result. And that's sort of something you want to do in a competition like this. You want to start off really well and run with that moving forward. So that's where a lot of the focus has been for us as a group, and hopefully we can put a really good game of cricket together.
And you've been watching a little bit of Nets, and it looks like David Miller's hitting the ball really hard and really far. Obviously, he was injured in build-up, but what's his mindset given to what happened the last time at his age and all that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think initially he was quite frustrated. I think he got through SA20 or almost got through SA20 and was in a really good space. Unfortunately, gets a little niggle, and that will frustrate anyone. So he's now in a good space. Been training hard, obviously, doing lots of stuff with the physios and trainers to make sure his body's good, and it's looking really good. And the way he's hitting the ball, like you mentioned, is a real big positive for us. So I'd say his space now is good, confident, excited, and it's a good space to have a David Miller in a space like that.
He's going to be crucial. He is the most senior player in the side, so David Miller is obviously going to be absolutely crucial in every single match we play. So it's going to be interesting. For me personally, it's probably going to be very interesting to see how Coach Shukri lines up this team against Canada. How serious are they going to take it? I hope that they don't underestimate any team. I hope that they think strategically about every single lineup that they select.
When attack, you've got a lot of seniors, especially. Do you have an idea of how you balance the 11 tomorrow?
Yeah, so we've got a decent idea. Obviously, we'll announce the team at the toss, but you want to marry the things you're good at, but also with the knowledge you have on the opposition. So we've got a fairly good idea who the seamers will be, and hopefully they can start the comp well. It's been a tough few games for them. The wickets have been really good, and hopefully they can start the comp well and have some confidence moving forward.
How's that, Aiden? KJ said something interesting the other day. He said that ever since you guys won the World Test Championship, there's been sort of a change in the public's perception of the team going into tournament. And it's probably the first tournament, but you felt that nobody actually even used the word joke anymore, and there was just like well wishes and stuff. Is that sort of been your understanding of it as well, and your feeling of it as well, that monkey's off the back now, and now we don't think about those things anymore?
Yeah, I think Cage is a lot more involved in social media and things like that compared to me, and I'm pretty useless on my phone, but it does feel that way at least. The belief, the confidence, the monkey off the back, all those sorts of things I think plays a role in language in the camp and the behaviors in a camp. So definitely does help, but having said that, I don't think you rock up here now all of a sudden and it's like it's going to be easy or whatever. So yeah, we're going to have to be on it, but the WTC trophy definitely did give that belief and sort of confidence in the camp.
Yeah, I hope it would.
On the batting lineup, it seems like 5 of the top 6 is quite settled and straightforward, but then I was just wondering, is the 6th position basically a shootout between Jason and Tristan, and what are your guys thinking around that position?
Yeah, so it'll be between the two of them. That's still one part we're trying to work out going to tomorrow. So both of them are showing really good signs. They're both hitting the ball really well, playing very impactful knocks, which is what you need at that role. So at least whichever way you go, you're picking a guy that's in form and hitting the ball well. So we'll make that call and take it. But the two of them are definitely our number 6 options for now.
Sorry, if I could just follow up on will both of them or either of them or one of them also be considered as a bowling option or not?
Hopefully not. But it's great to have the option as a captain. So having conversations with them, they have been bowling, doing a bit of work there just in case they need it. Nowadays, things can go against plan, and you need to fill in some overs, and between myself and the two of them, or whichever one of them plays, we can hopefully do a job for the team.
How challenging?
I don't think we'll see Deerwald in him bowl much. Deerwald, Tristan, all of the guys that are in the team that can do a little bowling. I don't think we'll see a lot of bowling from them. I think Aiden's going to take a lot of the responsibility as that extra bowler in the lineup. I think, based on his first press conference that I went to, which was here in Cape Town, it does seem like he did say that he's going to take a lot more responsibility. I asked him a question actually about his bowling when he decides he's going to bowl himself as a captain. When does he make that decision? Was the question I asked, and he did say that he's going to have to now take a lot more responsibility with the ball than he did before. Now that Donovan's injured, because they were going to trust Donovan with the ball, I think, in certain matches. But I think he did say that he's going to take more responsibility, and particularly against left-hand batters, the off-spin works really well. So it's going to be based on conditions and what he needs in the game. But I think he's going to rely on himself a lot more.
How easy it is to play a relatively lesser known opponent like Canada?
I think it can actually feel a bit tougher, we haven't played them. Well, I certainly haven't played them in my career. You're not 100% sure what to expect. And that poses a new challenge. I think when you play teams consistently, you have a pretty good idea of how they approach the game, their plans, the actual players and their abilities. So, you don't want to, at least from our side, we don't want to put too much emphasis on that. We'd rather focus on our skills, on our plans, and executing well. And we feel if we're able to do that, we give ourselves a good chance.
Do you think including associates and affiliates members like Italy, Canada, Nepal, Oman, and increasing number of teams, does it dilute the importance of competition in the tournament, and it becomes one-sided? Instead of in the past when they used to have qualifiers with them and 2 or 3 of them coming in the main draw, instead of that now they're all playing in the same pool. Do you think it kind of, in essence, sort of dilutes the tournament?
I actually don't think so, no. You look at the games that have already happened, upsets in previous World Cups have happened, and the gap between the associate nations now and the other countries has become a lot smaller. So in this format specifically, I think it takes 1 or 2 guys to have a really good day, and an upset can happen. And the associate teams have been playing really well. We've seen it even now at the start of this World Cup. There's been some close ones, and games could have swung either way. It was on a bit of a knife's edge, and I think that on its own is actually quite exciting to watch.
Yeah, we can't take any team lightly.
And I just want to ask you about this ground, because it's pretty cavernous, and I don't know how many people will get in tomorrow, but is it different playing here than elsewhere? Or, does the size of it make any difference to anything? Not the field.
Yeah, I mean, depends how many people come, I suppose. So it could look quite empty because it's such a massive stadium. But again, it'll be on us to create that intensity if there's no real atmosphere and vibe that we might be used to. So it might be different. But yeah, it's something that you have to deal with and work around, and it's definitely no excuse to not be on your game.
Okay. So that's Aiden Markram's presser. Didn't give us too much information there that jumps out at us, but I think as a fan base of all of us, we're gonna have to go and have a look, at what we can expect from the teams. Like I've said, we've put together an incredible guide. I think it's incredible, at least. It's the T20 World Cup companion that I'm going to be taking you kind of through here so you guys can have a look. But I'm going to be using this now to get some information for us as a fan base here. What can we expect from Canada? I'm going to be releasing this tomorrow morning, so please go subscribe to our email list. There are forms all over our website for you to subscribe to the magazine, and as a result, you'll also get access to our newsletter, and you'll also get access to this. As a subscriber, you get a lot of benefits, putting a lot of effort and time into designing these digital products for you guys so that it can make your life easier. Everything's going to be right on your mobile device in one place. At the touch of a finger, you will be able to get access to a whole lot of different things, as you will see here now when I go through it with you. So I think what we're going to need to know here, first and foremost, is a little bit more about the opposition and a little bit more about Canada. So I'm going to read this out to you, but there's Canada will be playing in a second T20 World Cup right now, right? And after participating in 2024, they won the Americas qualifying tournament to make it through to the finals, beating Bermuda in the final group game to secure a clean sweep against the Bahamas, Bermuda, and the Cayman Islands. Canada and the USA were the first team to play Cricket International in 1844. The T20 enjoyed success in beating Ireland at the 2024 edition of the T20 World Cup, and they will be looking to surprise and potentially upset one of the big guns this time. Their big matchup is expected to be against the UAE. But this is just a little bit of a teaser of what you can get in this guide that you'll be have access to. But there are going to be some key threats over here. There's the youngest member of the squad is probably the best batter, is Yuvraj Samara. He's age 19. He's left-handed opening batter. And he also has the fastest T20 I-50 for Canada of just 15 balls. And this World Cup will make it his debut against a full ICC member side like the Proteas. He has a strike rate of 160.72 and 27 sixes in 16 T20 Is. There's also another 19-year-old left-arm spinner, Saad bin Zafar. He's the oldest member of the squad. 39-year-old, sorry, not 19-year-old, the 39-year-old. He's the oldest member. Made his debut for Canada in 2008, and he's played for St. Kitts Nevis Patriots and St. Lucia's Zouk. So he has CPL experience. He has the incredible figures of 4.402 in the T20I against Panama. Then there's the right arm seamer, and if you want to look at his stats, you can just click the button and it will open up his stats, your stats for you. Right in, it will open up the stats for you. On your mobile device, it will open up the stats for you immediately. But when you click on the button, it will open up the stats for you immediately in that window, right? And then you'll be able to see the everything that you need to know about the player, right, from Click Info. So yeah, his stats are incredible for Canadian bowler, I would say. He is someone that we maybe need to look at because he's got that experience. He has the experience around the world, so he can obviously play. He understands certain aspects of T20 cricket that we're going to need to take into consideration when it comes to him, because he might give some of our players a problem, I would say, because that left arm spin is always a problem. South Africa, it's always a problem. With regards to his bowling, he's 72 wickets, in 65 games. So it is quite incredible, the stats that he has. And he's also got an average of 18.27 and an economy of 5.98 in those matches. So he is a bowler to watch out for, definitely, when it comes to Canada. So South Africa need to be a little bit aware about that. And then I just want to talk a little bit more about, this is more some things that are in the guide, but I think what I need to do is just go back to the opposition again. See, everything will be here for you in this guide. So please, guys, support me and go download this guide. It will help me out a lot to get different things to it. And another player maybe that we also maybe need to look after, there's also a right arm seamer and right hand batting all-rounder, Jaskaran Singh. He's won the IPL with Deccan Chargers in 2009. He represented India A and only made his debut for Canada in 2025. So that's an interesting one. It's a guy that's won the IPL already. He's got experience. He's probably played against a lot of the South African players. It's another person we need to maybe look out for. And these associate nations these nations are going to come hard at South Africa. Really, they are. They're going to come hard at South Africa, and South Africa is going to have to step up because we can get a little bit complacent. We've seen that in the past. Yeah, the possible lineup will include former captain Nicholas Curtin. He was born in Barbados, so he's got a little bit of West Indian flavor. And he's a key batter in their team. And then it will be led by 23-year-old Dalpreet Bajwa, who is relatively inexperienced at this level. But we'll see. This could be a possible lineup for Canada in the opening match. So yeah, you guys can go have a look at this. More if you want to see more about Canada and a little bit more information about it. Yeah, download our T20 World Cup companion. It will be out tomorrow morning. So keep an eye out on that, please. Very important. You'll get so much in this. I mean, how to use this guide before, during, after the match, how the T20 World Cup works, the key rules, the tournament snapshot, host countries and venues. You even got a weather widget within the app that updates automatically for the ground that they're playing at. It takes you through every single game, and it will be updated throughout the World Cup as well as the games go along. So please go and do that for me. Go download that. I will, and follow us on all platforms to get to know that, or subscribe to our channel. When it comes to the Proteas, though, let's think about that because that's important. What are the Proteas gonna be doing tomorrow? How are they gonna line up their team is the big question. Everybody wants to know that, right? It's going to be very interesting to see that because we don't really know how Coach Shukri is going to be thinking. We didn't get to hear from him before this World Cup recently. So we don't really know what is in his mind and how he feels he's going to line up for this game. But I can Aiden Markram. Did I disconnect? Am I still with you guys? Anyway, can you guys still hear me? I'm not sure if I disconnected. If I'm still here, just let me know if I'm still here. If I'm still with you guys. Can hear you now. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, so for the Proteas, it will be obviously Aiden Markram and Quinton de Kock that open the batting for South Africa. We know that already. So I'm thinking that 3 is going to be Ryan Rickelton, right? Number 4, I think will be, that's going to be that's the tough one for me is the number 4 position because Tristan Stubbs is now back into the side again. So do we go with Tristan Stubbs or do we go with like a David Miller at 4 is the big question. Should we give David Miller more time is the big question, I think, in our eyes. But I think Deva Brevos will probably be at 4. And then at 5 will probably be David Miller. And then at 6, it will be Tristan Stubbs. Now we can switch that. I think that can be switched around. David Miller and Stubbsy can switch around, I think, personally. But I think that's our top 6. And then at 7, it will most likely be dependable on the conditions now. That's going to be important. Is what type of conditions are we going to get at this venue? Because the venue is, it's very important to understand the conditions in T20 cricket. And especially when your Coach Shukri is a type of person that is very conditions orientated. Right? So it's very important to understand the conditions when it comes to this particular games, because South Africa, hey, the conditions can either favor us or they can go against us. And the first game is going to be at Ahmedabad. And the game will start at 3:13 South African Standard Time, by the way. And just to give you guys some understanding, I mean, the weather seems to be pretty good. For tomorrow, it seems to be very sunny, 32 degrees probably tomorrow. So I don't think we're going to have too much issues with regards to the weather. The capacity in the stadium is 132,000, so the fans are going to be crazy. It's the home of the Gujarat Titans as well in the IPL. But like with average scores for first inning games, the first innings average is about 174 for all games, and there's been about 90 games there. And this is from a T20I perspective, guys, that I'm talking about, right? So not for T20 cricket in general, but in T20Is. Okay. So that really gives us an indication that if you bat first, you put 170 odd on the board, that will most likely be what you'll get. Around about 170, 180, maybe 190 is a good score then on this ground. But the last 5 years particularly, it's gone up. So it's gone up to 188. So we'll be looking at 190 plus 200 maybe being a good score to bat first on this game. For day games, though, this is a day game, kind of evening day game. For day games, it's 158 is the first innings average. But for night games, which this is going to be, it's 180. So we must look at 180 plus to be safe on this particular wicket. For night games only, it's 176. So generally speaking, the later it gets, you're going to be sitting in at 175, 180, 190 mark. The second innings average, though, so chasing on this ground, 157 is the second innings average overall. The highest score ever batting first on this ground is 243 for 5 by the Punjab Kings and Gujarat Titans, May 2025. That happened recently. The highest score batting second is 232 for 5 in that same game by the Gujarat Titans, which they lost, of course. The highest winning score batting second is 207 for 7 by Kolkata Knight Riders against Gujarat Titans in April 2023. The highest score in a T20I is 234 for 4 for India against New Zealand in 2023. And the lowest T20I score is 124 for 7, also by India against England in 2021. So the average scores have increased over the years, and this is typically a high scoring ground. So South Africa, what's going to be enough on this ground if you bat first? Do you bat first? That's the question. Do you bat first? So this is obviously going to be a night game, night, you could say night game, because it starts at 3:30. So it's going to be a night game. And the general stats in T20s that have reproduced results on this ground, there's been 89 matches in T20Is. Batting first has won 50 times. Batting second has won 39 times. In night games, it's equal. Whether you chased, it's 22. Whether you bat first, it's 22. Whether you chase, it's 22. For day-night games, it's 20 batting first and 9 batting second. So it's leaning towards, if you win the toss, you bat first on this ground. But in night games in general, it's been equal. Teams have been able to chase down on this ground in night games. So that's what we need to understand as well. So back to the lineup. I would like to hear your thoughts on what your lineups will be for tomorrow's game, please. Throw them in the comment section below right now, and I'm going to read them out soon. But I think it's going to be Aiden and Quentin to open, then Ryan at 3, Dewald at 4, Tristan at 5, David at 6. Now, that's interchangeable, right? I think. Then at 7, I think it's going to be George Linder, right? I'm thinking it's going to be George Linder. Because okay, let's just think about the pace versus on this ground versus spin. Spinners have taken over 162 wickets in 621 overs at an economy rate of 8.36 runs per over at Ahmedabad. Pace bowlers have taken 335 wickets in 1,112 overs with an economy rate of 9. It's clearly, obviously, a high scoring ground. Pace bowlers have a strike rate of 19.9, which is a wicket every 20 balls or so. Slightly better than the 23, a wicket every 23 balls for the spinners. So when it even comes to the bowling, it's equal. So do you play two spinners? Do you play one spinner? That's going to be the major debate on this ground. Do we do that? Do we play the X? Do we just play all seamers and mainly seamers and one spinner in Keshav? Do we play two? I think in T20 games, it's always valuable if you have a player of George's caliber that can bat and smack the ball. I think you need to play him. So 7, George Linder, 8, Marco Jansen, 9, Keshav Maharaj, 10, Kagiso Rabada, and 11, either Lungi Ngidi or Anik Nokia. I think we need to decide on which one we're going to go with. And I'm thinking Lungi Ngidi is probably the better option because I think that pace will travel on this ground, especially because it's a high scoring ground. But that's my lineup that I think should play. What is yours? Let me know in the comment section below what your lineups are. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the game, and we'll do a review straight after the game as well. But let's get into the live chat. Shadrag says, "Come on, boys, bring it home. Hoping for a clinical game that boosts our confidence, as other teams have been pushed by the Associate Nations." Daksh says, "There is no chance for missing Super 8 place. Proteas will win all their matches, and I think that your show is dead for quite a few days. Thankfully, now there is proof that the show is on." Oh no, we're not dead. We are just need some time. Proteas has a good warm up against India, so there's a proof that the road is ahead is good, and we most difficult route as after we qualify for this group, we are with India, Australia, West Indies group in the Super 8. Good competition between Stubbs and Smith. Associates are giving tough fights, so can't take any team lightly, but we can thrash all teams in this group. It's good confidence. Alvin May says, "What a World Cup so far. South African almost getting India 1 foot out of the competition. Shadi van Skyfake. Come home, bro." But then Indian born USA players started dropping sitters, getting injured. Owen says, "Gonna be some huge upsets in this competition, judging from the first 2 days. But Protea Fire is gonna light up the comp. Gonna outbat everyone this time. Our top 5 all in smoking form. Should not underestimate the minnows, but beat Afghanistan on Wednesday and we into Super 8s. Don't think we're losing a match in groups, though." Daksha's Nokia have to play at his own standards, so our bowlers have to put up a consistent pressure lines. I think Daksha's, I think openers would be Aiden and Quinton Cock and Ryan at 3. Yes, definitely. It's a night game. Yes, it's starting 7 in India time. Yes, 3:30 South African time. So it's going to be a night game. I think we should bat first and bat them out of the game. But with the way Aiden is thinking, I think we will bowl first if we win the toss. Alvin said, "At least we are playing the first 3 in one venue, so we will get some advantage from that. Both Afghanistan and New Zealand, we are playing the UAE in Delhi." Shad says, "Afghanistan and UAE are day games. Canada and New Zealand are night games." Yes, they are both night games. Did I say it's day? I'm sorry if I said day. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They are night games. Yes, 3:30 South African Standard Time, but it will be 7 o'clock in India. Sorry, my brain's been fuzzy today. Tala says, "And we will be playing India also here in the Super 8. I think it will be do us good." Alvin says, "And the final also, yeah, I think, or semi plus Super 8 game." Shad says, "Jason was picked in the squad first, so it would make sense for him to start against an associate ahead of Stubbs." I don't think that would happen because of who Stubbs is replaced. I think they're different roles, I think, kind of. But we'll see. Jason Smith gets selected. I think this is the right game to start Jason, actually, if they're going to give him a chance. Rashan says my favorite team, particularly because of the high scoring game and the way paces. I don't think it turns as much. My favorite team is South Africa. Stubbs is in good form in the last few games and he knows the Indian conditions. I think Stubbs should play. But my only concern is he is not our finisher. Alvin says spinners look very valuable so far, especially left armers. We should play both. Yeah, so that's why I play George Linder, because if you have the option, I would go with it, especially because if you have the option of a guy that can bat and bowl, you play all rounder. And I think that is the thing that they need to decide. What are they going to do with regards to the bowling lineup? It's going to be very, very, very interesting to see how we line up. But yeah, the World Cup's around the corner. And yeah, let's see what South Africa do in this World Cup campaign. I'm hoping for a semi-final, minimum semi-final from South Africa. New Zealand have been given a punch to Afghanistan, so that match against Afghanistan is a virtual knockout. Taha says, how do we make space for Bosch? I think at the moment it's tough. I think you're going to have to choose based on conditions and the style of bowling, that the type of bowler that Bosch is, which ground will suit him best. And I think that's how they're going to have to pick their seamers, definitely. T. Samsudin says running between wickets is going to be key, and watching the Ireland team today, fielding is going to be a game changer. 100%. Fielding is always a game changer in a World Cup. We need to make sure that our fielding is good, running between the wickets is good, and that we read the conditions correctly, pick accordingly, and play our game accordingly. That's what I think we need to do. Shadrach says, I think Bosch and Linda will rotate depending on the conditions, definitely. And the team makeup, that's going to be the decision. I think those two are going to probably rotate out, and then with Stubbsy and probably Stubbsy and Jason Smith, dependable on the game and the match and who they're playing. Jason hasn't been in the best of form, whereas Stubbsy has. He won his team first time as captain. He took his team over the line in the SA20. So, yeah, he's in incredible form at the moment, and he also he's in very good form. And the way some of these guys also have played against the West Indies is also a very good indicator as well. Tala says, Khalid, are you excited for the World Cup? I'm not a big fan of T20 cricket in general, so I'm excited for it. I'll probably start getting really excited for it once we hit the knockout stages. That's probably when I'll really get excited for it, because I'm not generally a very big fan of T20 cricket, but I know it is something that I have to accept and have to cover. So, I'll probably start getting excited when I start seeing South Africa getting to the knockout stages. But I think also once the game starts and I see some great performances from some of our favorite players, then I think my whole mentality, I'll be in it and I'll be all for it. Daksha's Bosch for Nokia. T. Shamsudin Markram can bowl, so might drop Maharaj and bring Bosch in because Linda can bat. I don't think that will happen necessarily. I don't think Coach Shukri will easily drop Keshav Maharaj, just because purely on his mentality and what he brings to the team. The pitch has to be really, really pace friendly for him to consider that. I think, at least. Dakshish, we have also works on extras if we have to stick with Jason Stubbs, so stick the only throughout the tournament. They need extras has been a problem for a very long time. You know how many times and how many games I've covered on this channel where I've complained about how many extras we are conceding in matches. So we need to get away from that. We cannot be conceding too many extras. How far do you think we will go this time around? I think we can win it. Really, I do. It only makes sense for us to take the next step. We made it to semis, finals, a semi, then a final. Now we need to take it all the way and win it. I'm expecting minimum a semi-final. We get knocked out before that, I'll be really irritated and upset. But let's see. Guys, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please don't forget that we are releasing our T20 World Cup companion tomorrow. Subscribe to the magazine, please. Go to our website. You'll get a pop-up, or there'll be forms all over the website for you to be able to sign up and become a subscriber, email subscriber to Cricket Fanatics magazine. Guys, you need to help me and support me there. There are almost 6,000 people subscribed to this channel. You guys should all be subscribed to the email list. It's very important. That's where we give you guys all our updates, what we're doing next, how we're transforming the business, how we are changing things, how we are doing things going forward. We update you there. So please go ahead and do that. It really, 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 really would mean a lot to me if you guys can support me there and subscribe, because that's how we can really take Cricket Fanatics magazine to the next level. So much more can be produced, so much more opportunities. Might be able to sign sponsors down the line if you help us with that. So please go subscribe to Cricket Fanatics mag, our email list. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys very, very soon with another review show. That's obviously after the game. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and peace out, everybody.